The next day, Judy was in a mood. The burnt toast kind of bad mood. The kind that turns your mood ring black. If only she could convince Stink that she had magic powers. A person with magic powers should own a mood ring. What good was a mood ring in the hands of someone with unmagic powers? Where was that stinkeroo anyway? Probably down in the living room reading the encyclopedia. Judy ran downstairs. Stink was lying on the floor with encyclopedias all around him, wiggling his loose tooth. I knew it, said Judy. I just predicted you'd be reading the encyclopedia. I have special powers, super duper magic powers. See, the future powers. I'm always reading the encyclopedia, said Stink. Which letter am I on? M, said Judy. Wrong, said Stink. S. I still predicted it, said Judy. What else could she predict? Judy went to the kitchen and brought back a tasty tuna treat for Mouse. She hid it in her pocket. I predict that Mouse will come into the room, she said. She waved the tasty tuna treat behind her back, where Stink couldn't see it. Mouse, said Judy. What a surprise! Except I predicted it. Ha! Mouse always comes into the room we're in, said Stink. Well, what if I said I could read our mother's mind? I'd rather read the encyclopedia, said Stink. Stink, you have to come with me, said Judy, so I can prove my amazing powers. A prediction? A prediction. Stink followed Judy into Mom's office. Hi, Mom, said Judy. Guess what? What is it? Said Mom, looking up over her glasses. I know what you're thinking, said Judy. She squeezed her eyes shut, wrinkled her nose, and pressed her fingertips to her temples. You're thinking you wish I'd clean under my bed for once instead of begging you. You're thinking you wish Stink could get his homework out of the way for the weekend. Amazing! That's exactly what I'm thinking, said Mom. See if I skip the page. See, said Judy. Were you really thinking that, Mom? Asked Stink. Now I predict that Dad will walk into the house, said Judy. You heard the garage door, said Stink. True. Okay, it's Dad's night to cook. I predict spaghetti. All he knows how to make is either spaghetti or ziti. Stink ran into the kitchen. Judy ran after him. Dad, said Stink. What's for dinner? Spaghetti, said Dad. Lucky guess, Stink said to Judy. ESP, Judy said. Okay, said Stink. I'm thinking of a number. It doesn't work like that, said Judy. Come on, what's the number? Judy grabbed a dish towel and wrapped it around her head like a turban. She closed her eyes. She pressed her fingertips to her temple. She made funny noises. Alibaba, abracadabra, eeny, greeny, meany, green zucchini. Does a dish towel help with ESP? asked Stink. Quiet, I'm concentrating. Hurry up. What am I thinking? You're thinking I don't really have extra special powers, right, said Stink. You're thinking ESP shouldn't take this long, Judy said. Right, what about my number? Stink's favorite number was always his age. 7, said Judy. Right again. Right again, said Stink. Now I'm thinking of a color. Pond scum green, said Judy. Wrong. Eggplant, said Stink. Eggplant is not a color. Eggplant is not even an egg. Eggplant is a vegetable, a squeegee vegetable. I'm still thinking it, said Stink. You have about as much magic powers as an eggplant. A squeegee eggplant. Face it, Stink. I have special powers. Even without my mood ring. So you don't need it back, Stink. Flashing the ring under Judy's nose. A person with special powers such as mine should have a mood ring. It goes with predicting the future like a crystal ball. Has the ring turned purple on you? No. See, it only turns purple on extra special powers people. It turns pond scum and green on plain old encyclopedia reader. Stink stared at the ring. In fact, I predict that your finger turn green and fall off if you don't give me back my ring, to Judy. I'm never taking it off, said Stink. We'll see, said Judy. Now let's Eeny, meany, green zucchini. I'll just start my timer. And this chapter is called Cody's Holiday. On Saturday, Stink was reading the encyclopedia again. He wiggled his loose tooth. He wiggled his loose tooth some more with his mood ring finger, of course. The mood ring has glowed, it glittered, it gleamed. Stink scratched his head with his mood ring finger about 100 times a minute. Stink, do you have lice or something? Judy asked. No, said Stink. I have a mood ring. He laughed himself silly. Mr. Licehead was giving Judy a bad case of the moody blues. She could not stay in the same room and watch her mood ring that wasn't hers one more minute. She needed to think. Judy looked out the back door. It was raining outside. She pulled her rubber boots, dashed across the backyard, and crawled inside the Toad Pea Club clubhouse, a.k.a. the old blue tent. Plip-plop, went the ring. It was lonely in the clubhouse all by herself. She wished the other members of the Toad Pea Club were here. Well, at least Rocky and Frank Peel not Stink. She even missed Toady. Maybe she shouldn't have let Toady go after all, even if it was to help save the world. Ra-reek, ra-reek, went the toads outside. Boing, just like that, Judy had an idea. A perfect predicts the future idea. She, Judy Moody, predicted Stink would give the mood ring back in no time. All she needed was a yogurt container, a little luck, and a toad. Judy held out her umbrella and bent over, searching for toads. She looked in a pile of logs. She looked inside a loop of garden hose. She looked under the old bathtub behind the shed. Rory, Rory. She could hear about 1,000 toads, but couldn't see a single one. There had to be a toady-looking toad around here somewhere. It's not like she was looking for a rare northwest beach tiger beetle or anything. Judy was just about to give up and go. Something close. Something right there on the back porch. Something like Rory, Rory. It was a mouse. Mouse sounded like a toad. The cat was drinking from her water dish. Wait, Mouse did not sound like a toad. Mouse's water dish sounded like a toad. A real-life toad was swimming in Mouse's water dish. Judy took a deep breath. Slowly, slowly, she held out the yogurt container. Ha! Judy trapped the toad under the yogurt container. She wondered if it looked like Toady. She lifted up the container to study the toad. Rory, boing. The toad hopped across the porch, down the steps, and into the wet grass. Here, Toady, Toady. Nice toad. Pretty boy. Come to Judy. Rory, Rory. Gotcha. This time he was the same size as Toady. He had speckles and warts and bumps like Toady. He even had a white stripe down his back, just like Toady. Same, said Judy. All of a sudden, Judy felt something warm and went on her hand. Toady, too, she cried. Sneaky Judy hid Toady under a bucket in the tent. Then she went to find Stink. Hey, Stink, yelled Judy, dripping in the doorway. Let's go hunt for stuff in the backyard. Stink did not even look up from reading the encyclopedia. The encyclopedia. S is for Saturday, said Judy. S is for stand up. S is for I'm going to scream if you don't come outside. Stink flipped a page. Are you coming or are you just scared to sit there, she asked. Sit there, said Judy. Judy tapped her feet. She tapped her finger. S is for I'm reading about a lizard with a tail that turns blue. A skink. Skin stink, said Judy. Stink ignored her. Judy really liked those blue-tailed skinks as much as the next person, but she was not in extra sitting still mood. She had to get Stink outside fast. I've seen a stinky stink before. Where asked Stink? The backyard. Come on, Stinker. We can look for Stink, said Judy. You think Stink? He closed the encyclopedia. Read is perfect skink hunting weather, said Judy. Stink looked for skinks in the cracks on the back porch. He looked in the flower pot. He looked under Mouse's dish. What makes you think we can find a skink anyway? Asked Stink. ESP, extra special stink powers. Keep looking. I'm looking. Whoever finds a skink first gets an ice cream at Screamin' Mimmy's. Wait, what's that? Judy closed her eyes. Humbaba. Humbaba. Nee. I feel a presence. A skink? I hear a sound. Is it skink or something? I think. Or something, said Judy. She closed her eyes again. She pressed her fingers to her forehead. Yes, I'm getting a color. Greenish brown. Everything in the backyard is greenish brown. I see bumps. It's bumpy, said Judy. Skinks are not bumpy, said Stink. Definitely bumpy, said Judy. Is bumpy like dead leaves? Skinks love dead leaves, said Stink. Bumpy like warts, said Judy. Now I see something to do with water. Stink looked around. It's raining water everywhere. Water is everywhere. I said something to do with water, said Judy. Bucket. She tried hard. And I can't. Stink on an SVE. But he wasn't getting the message. Wait, the presents. It's saying something, said Judy. Yes, it's speaking to me, Rory. A toad, asked Stink? Is the presence a toad? Yes, said Judy. No, wait, yes. A toad for real? Toady, asked Stink. Is it Toady calling? Cheese cat. Yes, said Judy. It's Toady. Toady, it's calling to me. Where? Where is he? Asked Stink. Wait, no, sorry. I had it, but I'm losing it now. No, cried Stink. Close your eyes again. Concentrate. Feel the presents, or whatever that word is, or something. Do it with me, said Judy. Stink and Judy hold their hands. They close their eyes. Say, eeny, meany, green zucchini, said Stink. Eeny, meany, green zucchini. Yes, I see a bucket, and I see something blue. A blue roof? No, it's a tent. Yes, a blue tent. Stink raced the tent and went straight for the bucket. He lifted it up. Rory. Toady too, said Judy. Toady too? I mean Toady too. As in not just crummy old bucket. Toady, you're back, cried Stink. He hugged the toad in his hands. He grinned. A loose tooth grin. I missed you. You came back. For real. Just like Judy said. Back for real. Just like Judy said. Like I predicted, said Judy. Just call me Madame Moody. Madame M for short. Is it really him, said Stink? Who else? Toady? I didn't even let you go. Judy did. Honest, don't ever leave again. Stink held Toady in both hands. I don't even care if he makes me a member of Toad P Club again, said Stink. Ick, said Judy. Stink kissed Toady on the beady-eyed, bumpy little head. Now can I have my ring back, she asked. The damned M for Moody.